Ethical leadership in the age of AI isn't about rejecting it or giving it full control, but about using it wisely.
Hey, hey, tell me more.
Welcome back to Tell Me More with me, CJ Quartlbaum. Tell Me More exists to help bridge the gap in our intergenerational workplace dynamics and to build better leaders. Here I am, someone who has worked in leadership with Gen Z, with Xers, with millennials, and with boomers. And I've seen the world change a whole lot. Just in the last 25 years alone. Like when I was in high school, my first cell phone was this, a Sony Ericsson. All you could do on that phone was make calls and send a T9 text. And here we are, 25 years later, with supercomputers in our pockets. But not just supercomputers, because now there's artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, a thing that at one point in human history was merely a figment of our imaginations. And now AI is everywhere. It's drafting your emails. It is figuring out algorithms. It is determining what you should and should not buy next. It's helping you write papers. AI even helped me write the intro for the written version of this video. AI has made its way into academia with a recent Tufts professor who was fired for using AI to grade their papers. The professor's response, and fairly so, is that the students use AI to write their papers. Why can't I use it as a tool, as an assistant to grade them? The student's counter argument was, I came here for a personalized experience, and I'm not getting that if you are outsourcing your work, abdicating your responsibility to a machine. Oh, the irony. Because as a college professor myself, I am watching students formulate entire arguments and entire papers with the use of AI and no original thought or thinking. I know one guy, I won't out him here, but he will write a paragraph, tell AI to expand this paragraph, and then run that expanded paragraph through another AI that is meant to humanize the voice, and then repeat the process until the paper is finished. And the time that it takes him to do that, I'm like, you could have just written a paper yourself. You didn't need to go through all of that. But this is the world that we live in now. AI is everywhere. It's taking over. It's invading every single part of our lives. We're living in an era where technology can do so much for us that we're forgetting how to do things ourselves. And this raises a really great question for leaders in particular. It is, how do we lead in an era of artificial intelligence? How do we lead in an era in which technology can do so much for us? Ethical use of AI isn't about abandoning it or embracing it fully, but it's about understanding balance. It's about using it wisely, using it to refine your thinking, not replace it. There's a promise and a peril when it comes to AI. The promise of AI, it's massive, right? It can synthesize data for you. It can collect notes. It can help clarify your thinking. It can organize thoughts and streams. It can help bring clarity through good questions that you may have missed. It can find maybe some of your blind spots. It can research things for you. That's good. It's efficient, honestly. How much time is saved when we're able to use what in many cases is kind of a supercharged Google to get our work done. But then there's a peril. The peril is in the over-reliance on AI, where we're using it to think for us, where we're not using it as a tool, but we're using it as a replacement for our brains. See, every advance in technology isn't always 100% good. I would argue that nothing in this life is 100% good. But in particular with AI, what are we forgetting how to do? An over-reliance on technology makes us lose our critical thinking abilities. It makes us lose our creativity. It makes us lose our humanity. AI cannot do what you do. It can't be who you are. It doesn't have a soul. And when it comes to leadership, your humanity cannot be outsourced to an algorithm. Your humanity is what walks in the room with you and has empathy, emotional intelligence. AI is not there yet. We lose our ability to think critically when we over rely on AI because we're not wrestling for the answer anymore. I think about there was a time in our lives where we could debate something. And if you didn't know the answer, then you just didn't know the answer. And that was it. But now the answers are always at our fingertips. We no longer have to use our brains in such a way where we wrestle with what we're trying to learn and understand and study. And we lose something in that. We lose creativity when we no longer sit in the boredom to try to figure out a problem, where we wrestle with something over hours or days or weeks or months. And we ask ChatGPT or Claude or any of the other ones to just give us the answer, to figure it out for us. Instinctively, we know this. For years in the corporate world, we have been upset about consultants who are humans, but they come in from outside of the company and they make cuts and restructures and reorgs simply based around algorithms and data. And we say to ourselves, we don't like that. So why would we then outsource our leadership to a machine that can't think, can't feel, can't touch, can't emote in the same way that we can? We can't allow tools to replace our thinking. You see, that Tufts professor, that's not just about education ethics. It's a microcosm of a bigger problem. You see, they thought, oh, if I grade papers with AI, it'll save me time and give me consistency. But in reality, what students got was cold and distant feedback that was shallow, that lacked depth, that did not feel human, that did not feel personal. At the end of the day, ideally, when you go to college, you are paying for a personal experience, and they were not receiving that. When we use AI to shortcut what requires discernment, relational nuance, and real presence, we undermine the very credibility we're trying to build. Without trust, you have nothing. Leadership is built on trust, and when it is broken, it is almost impossible to get back. Repair and restitution are required, but as a leader, if you have broken the trust with the people you lead, if you have lost your credibility, if you have lost respect, it is a mountain to climb to get that back. And if you are going to try to do that, not through the human element, but through an algorithmic data set, then you are never going to win the trust and the respect of your people. And you might lead them in one way, but you will never get the most out of them, and they will never see you as who you hope to be. Leadership still needs humans. AI can't feel the pulse of your team. AI can't pick up on the tension in a room when you see one person giving another person a side eye. It can't pick up on the secret side glances. AI can't detect when a small mutiny might be rising. AI can't cast vision with empathy and clarity. It can't galvanize people. It might touch minds, but AI can't touch the heart. Leadership isn't just about efficiency. It's about wisdom. It's about discernment. It's about empathy. It's about human connection. Your team does not need a perfect generator output. What your team needs is a leader who sees them, a leader who knows them, a leader who understands them, a leader who looks at them and says, I want to get the best and most out of you, not just for the bottom line, but to see you become the person that I know you can be. Can AI look you in your eyes and see what lies behind them? At least as of today, the answer is no. And I get it. I hear it all the time, but I just have so much to do, and AI presents a great shortcut, and I'm sure it does. In many ways it does. It helps me so much in my life when it comes to synthesizing data and organizing projects and getting maybe some of the grunt work out of the way. But if your leadership is marked by constant running up against deadlines and constantly overworking and constantly being in crisis mode, then you have a problem there that is much bigger than efficiency. You have a problem there that needs to be solved that AI won't be able to fix. But that's going to take you stepping back, being a little introspective, and understanding where have I gone wrong in my leadership and what should I do or can I do to fix it. There's a difference between efficiency and avoidance. AI should make you more efficient. It should clarify some processes, but AI is not there for you to abdicate your responsibilities. AI is not there to now make the decisions that only you can make. It is not there to feel the pulse of the room, to understand the culture, to change, shape, and form a culture. That is on you as a leader. As you go, your team will go. And if you go in such a way that you're just following the machine, what do you think you're going to get from your team? How efficient do you think they will be? There's always going to be something left on the table if you and your humanity cannot show up and be present. As I've said, the answer is not to abandon AI. It's here. All right. This is the world that we live in. It assimilates to our lives in the same way when the computer first hit the scene and some people thought they would be replaced. And when cars first hit the scene and people were like, well, what are we going to do now? Because we're so used to the horse and buggy. This is just life. The question is, how do we keep this thing from taking over? It is using it with boundaries. It's a competency plus boundaries. Use AI. Use it to clarify your thinking. Throw your thoughts in and say, hey, can you expound on this? Can you help me see, like, what am I missing in these thoughts? Use it to organize complexity. You might have 50 different tasks in front of you. Hey, AI, can you help me organize these in order of importance or what is most logical to do first and the implications thereof? Use it to identify your blind spots. Asking good questions is a key skill in life. When you ask good questions to a person or to a chatbot, it can help reveal some of your blind spots. AI, this is my plan for the next quarter. What am I missing? What do I not see here? What are some market implications that may be on the horizon that I have not accounted for? But don't use AI to replace your thinking. Don't use AI to replace your vision, to replace your nuance, your humanity, the complexity that lives inside of you. You know your team, or you should if you're a good leader. You know what makes each person tick. You know where they thrive. You know where they find the most life. You know where they find abundance. Don't let AI take that from you in the decision-making process. There's always a point of diminishing returns. Things that were once really good for us that with overuse can now become a hindrance. There are neurons and pathways in our brain that are blocked off, that die when we don't use them. So I want you to reflect this week. Reflect on your use of AI. Are you double checking its outputs critically? Are you using it for more than you should? Are there tasks and things in your life that are easily done by AI, but they do a training within your head and within your heart? They kind of grow you up. They strengthen you in such a way that it's worth doing yourself. Life isn't always about efficiency. Sometimes doing things the slow way, the hard way, is the best way. But I know you. You're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, nope, I'm going to fully integrate. Sign me up. When they put the chips in our heads, I'm going to be the first one there. And you are not thinking about the cost. And I say, cool. Do what you're going to do, big dog. You're not going to listen to me anyway. Because what do I know? I'm just some guy from Brooklyn.